Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freedom Friday. My name is Tawny D, and we will be channeling the cards. I've already channeled the cards. I start at midnight. I do a midnight meditation. It's been a really chaotic few weeks. I know for probably everybody, there's a lot going on right now in this world, and this is a collective reading. I'm feeling a lot of energy, so we just need to get right into this reading. And happy 2026. It's really hard. It's like, wow, we're here. So, a lot of things came out with this reading that I was thinking of. I noticed that a lot of people are going through another dark night of the soul. I already told you that the dark night of the soul will never end. There'll always be a moment in our time where we're having a really negative dark night of the soul is a negative reaction, and sometimes it stays in your soul. And it causes a lot of chaos there because you're remembering things that were really hard for you, and you don't want to do that. You want to release it, go into a meditation and just think about what's keeping you there, and say enough is enough. I'm going to release this because there's no room in my life anymore for that thought. That thought's been gone for 10, 20 years, and I need to lay it to rest in my thought pattern in my heart, and then step out into the real world again, because you're trapped between uh, the past and the now space, and you can carry it on to your future. So we don't want to do that. No, 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 no. We don't want to do that. And the cards were very telling. Let's just say that. The first card we got with the telepathy oracle card is surprise. You may be surprised. And as you see, it looks like she's at the beautiful tree of life and she's going in. She's leaving the box and she's going into this light. And whatever's in there, it's going to be a surprise. You are going to step into the unknown for a moment. And I think it's going to be a very liberating, beautiful moment. But you have to step out of your box. And once you step out of the box that the world has kind of trapped you in, you've trapped yourself in, you'll feel the heart space go, wow, this is awesome. Where have I been? You'll feel it. And the maze card we got. Even if you feel lost, there's always a way through the maze. And this one reminds me of this one, surprise and the maze. It's the unknown. A lot of us, I'm one of them. I don't like surprises. And I don't like going into the unknown. Sometimes I do. With moved to Florida, we went into the unknown. I didn't know this part of Florida. So yeah, it was kind of the unknown. And then we got the strength card. The power of love is like a magnet, drawing souls together. And that's what's interesting. If you get the surprise and the maze card, and both of them, someone's going out of the box and into a surprise. And then you've got the strength card, because you are using the strength to go into the unknown. You're going to use your strength to go into the unknown. And it's going to be like a magnetic draw, your souls together. So that's beautiful. And of course, we've got the illusion. And the illusion says avoid the trap of mistaking fantasy for real soul connections. We all try to live in a fantasy, of illusion and reality. The fantasy is that you want it. And you can meditate, you could meditate and manifest on that. But right now, it's just an illusion. And there you stand, and you're not sure where to go because you're having this hallucination and this illusion. And marriage came up. The marriage of souls is the union of two divine opponents, marriage. Marriage is a very big commitment. And I see that what these are saying is no matter what kind of couple you're in with, what kind of relationship you are, that what you're doing, it's a surprise when you form it, and it's like a maze to figure it out. You've got the strength, but you don't want the illusion that it's not a soul connection. If you don't feel it in your heart, you're at the wrong place, because you have to feel it in your heart. And that right there is, she's sitting and she's either meditating or she's manifesting, because she's avoiding the trap. She doesn't want to mistake fantasy with reality. And this could be fantasy, but it could be reality too, because we got the trust card. You need trust in your relationship for it to thrive. This is where the strength came in, the illusion, and the marriage. What kind of relationship do you have? You've got to look into it. Is it an illusion you're holding it together, or is it actually a strong relationship? So you got to trust in it. You got to free fall. And if it catches you, it was meant to be you. If it doesn't catch you, it's not one to trust, but you've got the trust card. So I'm assuming, that you have the trust. And, the next card that came out was interesting. We've got on the Mystic Forest Oracle, without agenda. Pure love and everything you have dreamed will happen when you are ready to give love without expectation. Anything is return. True givers receive. Yeah, marriage and trust and the illusion and strength and all that, you have to, because it can't have an agenda. It's got to be pure love. If you have an agenda, it doesn't help. It doesn't help the awakening of the couple. Soul awakening, you are quite irresistible when your mind and heart pulse in the same rhythm. Why spend your days fighting yourself? You have better things to do. So, you have the trust, you have the relationship, but it has to be without agenda. So if you have a different agenda with this coupling relationship other than pure love and comfort, you have to look at what illusion you're kind of leaning towards, because that will kind of stop your soul from awakening. You'll question yourself. And the key, all you do with ease and enthusiasm is the path to your goal. Actions are secondary. Make the energy within your primary focus. Do not underestimate the little joys. And you've got the key. We've always had the key. The key is very transformative. Now, we've always had the key. I like how the Wizard of Oz, the good witch Glenda told her, you've always had it within you, my dear, to go home. We've always had the key. We just get so indoctrinated and confused in this world. We've made to be confused so we don't remember. And, I keep thinking about, the Bible is really good for some metaphors in your life. But the one verse that stands out, and I'm not sure which, I don't know if it's Daniel or what. And it said, everything under this, there is nothing new under the sun. So we have done this and done this and done this. And from what I understand, there is a big rising with the spiritual community right now. And not all of us are the same. Yeah, I'm kind of in my own little world over here, and my creator says, get up. You need to help. You need to shine. So here I am. But yeah, we have to realize that the buck comes back to us. When we are doing what we shouldn't be doing, and not taking control of our life and just letting someone else do it, that's a big no-no. You're not being yourself in this world. You weren't here to be someone's puppet and talk like someone else. Because when you do get into a spiritual connection with someone, you tend to agree with them, even if you don't agree, to just keep the peace. Don't do that because you are supposed to be you yourself and you. It's great to have those combining forces of agreeing with your partner, but then you've got that illusion that okay, what he or her is saying, yeah, that's pretty good. But deep down inside, you know that that's not what you would normally do. So you just go along with the program. Don't do that because we are supposed to get our voice out there, be seen. And right now, observation is the biggest thing. You need to observe things going on in this world. Use your senses because there's a lot of things if you open your mind to and you really look and listen, you'll see. We got a 44. Today is 1/9/2026. It's a 20, which goes down to a 2. And then 4/4, that's twos. It's a very spiritual time right now on this earth. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity in a new dimension. Yeah, we are going into a new dimension. And a dimension is not what people are thinking. Okay. It's not out of this world. It's within this world. It's within you. It's what dimension are you going to reside on and play out the movie in? Because your dimension can change at any time you pull your key out and decide to change it for you. And that is what we're doing right now. You know, if you think about it, there's always been a divide with the spiritual and the church. Now, I've noticed that the church is coming a little bit within the spiritual realm, but you still have bad people on either side. You've got the bad tarot readers and psychics, and they're not good. They try. And then you've got the really bad ones. And churches are the same way. So take your pick, whatever makes you feel good. Don't let anybody tell you. I've had my fill kind of with churches, and I do have a bad attitude towards some. And I'm working on that because, yeah, I'm working on that because I know they're beautiful people. You know, I realize that everybody's beautiful. But I'm in the spiritual, and I would look at the Bible also, you know, in certain little areas. But anyway, we are ascending right now, and we need to really go within. We need to do some meditation and manifestation, and people are going to come awake. Reach for your dreams. And number 30, there's that divine message that 3, the Father, Son, and the Mother. And I don't say Holy Ghost because they ghosted the mother. And you can tell by the way the Bibles are spoke that you are to be seen and not heard by the man and the religion. And that don't work with me. I'm not buying it. And most mothers shouldn't buy it. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. Just what I was saying. You are the creator of your own dreams. Your dreams are what you create. So remember that. We have a long way to go, but we're almost there, really. I mean, she's got the plant, she's got the sunshine, she's reaching up for it. And I've noticed we're in northern Florida. And I've noticed the last 4 days, when you wake up in the morning, it's gray, it's fog, it's miserable looking out. I mean, it's pretty because but it's miserable. It makes you kind of depressed, and I think that's what they want. They want that lower vibration. Well, I'm not going to give it to them. Don't give them the lower vibration. Just look out and say, "Oh, it's nice. It's a nice kind of foggy day," and go on with it. They want you to react like it's, "Oh, this is horrible." But today actually was a little gray when I first woke up, and now it's beautiful. And I'm gonna go lay in the sun and get some vitamin D. But I had to get this one out because this kind of puts the twist on what energy is flowing in and out of us. And we're going to go to the Magic Spirit Oracle. And this one made a lot of sense. The Flower Child come out, which was a 14, which goes to a 5, which is change. And her book that she's reading, it says, I hope that lover I hope that love everything else. You learn to make yourself proud. Flower child, momentum, creativity, and action. And I like this because we have grown away from the earth so badly. It's when I look at this, she's grounding herself and she's got all the bugs around her. They're not stinging her. The bees are in going in their emotion. If you're in a beeline, you're going to get buzzed around. I am the beekeeper of my own garden that grows. It's so easy to accidentally live for others, for their approval, praise, and validation. The ego thrives off this. It's easier for it to exist and make choices that weigh but more than ever, now is a time to take your focus off the wants of others and start focusing on the pulls of your soul and heart. Even if it doesn't seem right, what does spirit call you to do? What is it that you really want to do, to feel? Ironically, perhaps channeling your energy, there will end up being the best service to others, not desperate attempts to satisfy that outcome from lack and scarcity. Dear flower child, throwing her seeds and flowers, you are blooming even when you thought you couldn't. Your sweetness is now attracting the bees. Think of your energy channels as bees that pollinate, nourish flowers and growth. You have the power to summon them and send them wherever you want. Where will you send them? Queen Bee. Remember this. This card has an energy of royalty behind it. What you say and what you think has greater power behind it now. With so many bees on your side, now is a potent time for creativity, projects, and taking action on whatever it is that you really want to do. Anything you act on or set intentions for has the perfect sacred soil right now on the physical and metaphysical levels. So plant your seed, magic flowers. You are ripe with power and possibility. Use it. Drawing this card can also be an affirmation of self-love and of honoring your own sacred life. You're at a place of rich soil and nutrition. You planted yourself, watered yourself, and you've grown as much because of it. And so you shall continue. Even when it feels like you've been buried, you still find a way to nourish. Yeah, clear, you need to get clear with the areas you want to see bees energy and focus. Go to it, take action, and take first step on any project ideas. So you want to get involved with nature, and that's what this is basically saying. Because when you're involved in nature, you've got the bees humming and this and that. And I just, when we go out and lay out, we've got the bees and all that. We just burn some sage. I got some sage incense. They don't like it. Sage is kind of a protecting aroma too. And we got And number 26, which is an 8. And we got the mirror. Self-reflection, writer, big picture. And she is just in front of the mirror, reading with the butterflies around her. And she's just got energy just flowing from her. I honor the full book of my life, every chapter that I write. The author, the story, the mirror, seeing our full self, not just part. It can be so easy to get lost in one chapter or another page of our life. But remember, we've got a whole book going and so many more pages to go. Focusing too much on details can cause us to lose our grasp, and wherever much on details can cause us to lose our grasp on wherever we are. This can cause us greater inner turmoil. Zooming in too close to our life can make us feel that we are not doing enough, haven't done enough, are not enough. We feel unworthy or lost, lose sight of our main goal to find wholeness and fulfillment by giving our dharma and unique purpose, to overcome our unique obstacles and receive sacred gifts of transformation at different checkpoints in your life. It doesn't happen at once. We're in this for the long game. Have you forgotten all that you have already been through and overcome just to get to this point? The chapter you are currently in, so much has happened and you have grown so much. You just can't always see it. Don't skip ahead. Enjoy the chapter you are writing now. This card can be a positive omen that something soon will happen to unlock more charter and character development within you. That is something that leads you to a deeper knowledge of who you are meant to be, something that helps to bring you home to who you are. It could be a momentum of realization or even simply a personality trait of yours that is alchemizing into something greater. Adopt a zoomed out perspective on your life. Every now and again, especially when you feel behind, unworthy, or lost, look at your whole self in the mirror. Remember to be patient and that there is a bigger picture to all of this. Imagine your life as though it is a book, remembering that you have so many more pages to fill. You are becoming more you with every day that passes. When you work on self, that's a beautiful card. When you work on self, you see yourself blossoming. And it is like amazing because it's like you're watching the creation with the creator and you're doing it together, which makes it amazing. Now we got the intuitive whisper, and I thought this was very interesting how it come out because I've always told everybody to journal, dream journal, feeling journal, channeling journal, whatever you're doing, try to channel it because it has a message or it has like a premonition. A lot of my messages are premonitions because I do a lot of dreaming where they come true. And it could be a couple years down the road they come true. With me, you never know. So we got number 1, and that does not surprise me. And it says, slow down. You are being called to slow down. The world around you might feel like it's moving too fast, but remember, there is hardly ever an outward hurry, only an inner one. You don't need to move fast to get to your destination. Slowing down will allow you to prioritize what is truly important to you and make space for your intuition to be heard. Being still can feel rebellious in a world that celebrates busyness, but This is your time to rebel. Disconnect in order to reconnect. Close your eyes and observe your breath. Notice how deep or shallow your breath is in this moment. How fast or slow your inner world feels. This awareness will give you the chance to slow down consciously. Deepen your breath. 6 seconds inhale the nose. Slowing down your breath will take you deeper within yourself, creating a stillness that allows you to listen to your intuition. Live, rebellious, slow. Yeah, we have to slow down in thought. Days are very crazy lately. Not enough time for a lot of things. 25, which is a 7, intuitive journaling. Yes, we really need to do some journaling there. This card is inviting you to switch off from your rational conscious mind and explore your intuitive subconscious, a place that exists beyond thought and that can be accessed in moments of silence, where there is no judgment, no expectation, and where you are present in the moment rather than distracted by the past or the future. Intuitive journaling is not striving to make sense of what is written or to be understood. It is simply exploring with curiosity what the intuition wants to say. How to journal intuitively. You will need a notebook and a pen and a place to be quiet. Close your eyes and focus inward on your breath. Take 10 deep breaths, inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 6. By lengthening your exhale, you are allowing the body to calm. Continue to focus on your breath until you feel your mind and body soften. Open your eyes and put your pen straight on the page in front of you. Begin to write without taking your pen off the page. Start with the prompt. My intuition wants to say, let your intuitive subconscious guide the way. That's a great start for that. And yeah, we do need to journal, especially after these last 5 years. And at number 43, another 7. Let your ship set sail. Just like a ship needs a solid frame and someone to steer it to set sail, it also needs the ocean and the wind, which are wild and free and out of its control. Sometimes we spend a long building our foundations, our ship, making sure we have all the tools to navigate through the world. That when it comes to setting sail, we do not unleash our sails for fear of the unknown or losing control. This is your call to open your sails and let the wind take you. Release control and let yourself explore the limitless unknown. The unknown simply being the space that exists outside of your not known experience. It can be liberating. How to let your ship sail. Point yourself in a nourishing direction, somewhere you have been wanting to explore, and let the layers of control release their grip. Your ship will gather speed the more you let go. The energy of water, which a ship sails through, is in constant motion. Become more like the water and let things flow. If you are feeling stuck in an area of your life, moving your body will release your stuck energy and help you set sail. I love that because, yeah, we do get into stuck energy a lot, and we have to do something about it. And we're the only ones that can. You're the only one that can help yourself right now. I mean, yes, you can wake up and get a trainer. But that's you getting it. You have to move on this. And I think it's a good time to move on this. Now we got the Starseed Oracle. It really wanted to come out and play because it's got some life lessons. And I hope that everybody thinks about these cards that did come out, because they're very let's just say mind-boggling. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning, deep dive. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them. As we make our way through the spiritual spiral of life, life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering the Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling the card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structure learning, such as university schools or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as a soul while we're here on earth. How are you being called to grow or learn? That's a question you need to ask yourself. How are we being called to learn? Because there's all kinds of different studies on Earth School. And that's a good one to think about. Okay. I'm sorry. Defenseless, writing past wrongs and uprooting. I know a lot of us feel like this right now. It feels like our life is just uprooting and we're not sure what to do. We're living in a divisive time. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we instinctively remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite, but it's critical to remember that we can simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the way in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separations, serving, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all purpose. To say, I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the preparation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. How are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? That's a question you need to ask yourself. We all have past wrongs. We literally have to go through the dark night of the soul, the awakening, whatever you want to call it. It's not so much a bad thing, it's a good thing for you to release the trauma that you're still thinking about. The I'm sorry trauma. And we don't want to, pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for the star seeds. Yes, it's telling us. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. So you really got to kind of think about that. And this is really telling you we have inflicted pain on other people. And you got to let it go. There's a lot of things that has been inflicted on me through my life. And I learned not to hang on to it, just let it go. And, usually it doesn't keep coming back. And once you forget it and let it go, very rarely does it come into my thought unless someone brought it up. The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I love this. Let me get this straight. Prayer and meditation are the same thing. They don't want to call it meditation because prayer sounds so much better. And we say prayer and they think it's like I'm religious. I am religious. I'm spiritual. I'm a little bit of all things. I'm not evil. So if you combine anything that's evil into any of that, leave me out of it. So pink sparkles, just beautiful. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within. To the intelligence, refocus your attention deep within your heart. To bow with deep reverence to your inner temple. To live your life in devotion to this place. To make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit of kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what we're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweetest waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. How can you make your life a moving prayer? So that's a question you need to ask. How can you make your life a living prayer? I would meditate a lot during the day. Even when you're driving, you could kind of go into a twilight meditation, kind of you're paying attention, but you're just got the music off and you're thinking about a creator and you're thinking about yourself and what you're missing in life, or how you can devote your life to the betterment of the world. And are you doing it? So now we got the Enchanted Map Oracle, and the Map Oracle is going to put things in perspective. And we got moonlight. 51, which is a 6. We got the wisdom of the owls. She's got wings, looks like a fairy, and on the back of her, she's got chains around her waist, and she's got an hourglass that's running out. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beckons, come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So, yeah, you need to follow the signs that are coming. It's not just like a premonition, like, oh, okay, I see the sign. If you don't see it, don't ignore it. You know that sometimes it comes like while you notice something that you never noticed before. That's a sign. Don't make anything like not a sign. Magic stream. Number 18, which is a 9. Everything is connected. The universe flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seemed to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since, in fact, they are all part of continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, information and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. I I love that card because yeah, I could see that's why I came out because I have been channeling stuff and dreaming stuff for a long time that came out. It came true. So I knew, and I also got sick when I was around somebody that was sick. So yeah, I could feel their pain, which was horrible because it just, you get in a room with a lot of people and it ain't good. I can feel energy and I try to stay away from those people, not because I don't like them, because it's making me sick. We had another 22, which is intention, which is a divine message. It doubles in divine messaging. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change the world. And I love that because it reminds me of spring, the egg, and the dandelions, making a wish, and the wisdom of the owl. I'd love to have that feel. Like go around and blow all the little dandelions and make wishes. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark, recognizing that you're not the one who has to do all the work. However, others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, then allowing for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others, will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. We don't want to go out and be just like the Joneses across the street. We don't want to find a best friend and all of a sudden I want to be just like them. Because you won't be just like them. You'll be copycatting and you'll be saying something that somebody else would say, and you're going to miss your opportunity of what you were supposed to say. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. I don't like that. I don't like people dressing like me or talking like me. Be you yourself, and you will be good to go. Now, we got the angels and ancestors really wanting to come out, and I know exactly why these cards came out because uh the elders have really come out and have said some things. So we are going to go into the elders because we got the elder, and that's healing through the lineage. Your ancestors, guides gather around you at this time. Great healing is unfolding and carving a new found freedom for your lineage. The First Nations people of Australia are the oldest tribe people still living on the planet. Their historic hunter-gatherer culture and ancient spirituality, rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. This card is in honor of them as sacred earth protectors and the living embodiment of tradition. Um, we don't know enough about our ancestors, and we really need to go back into the ancestral way of medicine and things because there's things out there that could completely heal us away from the medicine that we're taking and the knowledge that they have found. And the shapeshifter transformation and unveil your gift, that's coming through really strong. And with the elder card and the other card that came out, it's pulling it together. Transform and unveil your gifts. Take your time and focus on your developing your gifts and strength. In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change everything between species or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journeying practice to go exploring in the other world. When you shift into an animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal survival skill to keep yourself through a particular situation. When this card arrives, there's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note, if you're seeing a particular animal regularly because it's medicine, it's coming to you. So we got the elder, which is the healing through the lineage. And then we got the shapeshifter, which is transforming and unveiling your gifts, which is healing. And and then we got the shaman, trust in higher forces. See, so I just heard somebody's not trusting in the journey. Someone is confused and not sure. This is hard for people because they have a lot of religion in them. And you know what? Combine the religion with the spiritual, and you will be one powerful, beautiful soul. Because there is beauty in everything we can learn on this planet, but there's ugly also. So remember, take the ugly and acknowledge it and set it free and love it and blow it away like dandelion. You don't need it no more. You're good to go. Because we did get the shaman. And that's trust. And we had the trust card in the other thing. There's a lot of trust that needs to be going on here. Trust in your angels, guides, and ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back. Inspiration by Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. This card represents those people who have a connection to earth and the hidden realms. Many shamans believe that when there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere or a negative pattern had installed itself in them. In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall the power and remove the demons. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. The shaman will aid you in your quest. Make sure who you're speaking with and having devotion with is not the trickster. Uh, just be careful. You will get, if you're with the trickster, you will get the nudge that you're with a trickster. Listen, observe, and it will come to you. Now, we got a lot of ancestral help on this one. The divine master had to come out and play. And they knew. They knew what was coming out. We got the Buddha. Heighten awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. A lot of people keep their world in their self and fight with it. They argue about it. They're going to hold on to it. I can't get rid of it yet. And on and on and on and on. The Gautama, the Buddha, started his life as a mollycoddler prince, but one day he broke free from the palace grounds and was exposed to the harsh reality of life in the form of sickness, age, and death. It shook him to the core. Suffering was real. This set him off on a spiral adventure that would lead to leaving behind all earthly pleasures in order to search for an end to all suffering in the world. Today, the Buddha is a spiritual master who is willing to help all beings move beyond fear and suffering. Even if you are not a practicing Buddhist, this amazing soul will help you reflect on your past and understand your present so you can reach a heightened state of awareness and stay connected to what is real and true. Don't fight the thoughts by disturbing you. For when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you are being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have the opportunity to stand in love. When your fears appear in thought form, instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, and realize that they are a part of you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all of your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see you are only trapped by the prospect of fear, not fear itself. Today, you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in the world. That's beautiful. Yeah, we do have the problem with the fear. And yeah. Okay. Now we got Gaia, resilient spirit, and this is a beautiful card. Yes, we want to feel rainbows and water. And she is just, she's in her all moment. She is meditating and praying and just being one with nature. Earth connection, stay rooted in trust and faith. In Greek, Gaia is land or earth, and Gaia is a goddess figure who is the physical embodiment of the earth herself. But more than that, she is the spiritual force or spirit of the earth. She is the life that moves through the plants. The sweetness is in the honey, the air that encourages the bees to fly. Her kiss is on every animal's forehead. She is the being that we can connect with on a spiritual level to develop our very own relationship with the planet we call home. When Gaia comes to you, she is bringing a call from the earth to get connected to her spirit through animals, plants, and nature. When we walk barefoot on the land, sand, or earth, we spend time in the forest or by water. We give permission for the spirit of Gaia to root us back down into the planet. Just like the earth itself, you are resilient no matter what has come your way or challenged your peace. You have found a way to continue on and survive. Today, you are being encouraged to dig deep into yourself and find more resilience. If you have felt your patience being tested or felt overwhelmed, know it's okay to feel this way, but also work hard on connecting with the parts of yourself that will help you move beyond what is making you feel unsettled. Uh, like a tree, letting go of her leaves before the harshness of winter. Sometimes we have to surrender what is weighing us down in order to come through a challenge. The spirit of Gaia is with you today, ensuring you are not weighed down, but firmly rooted, and so that you can continue to grow tall. You have what it takes to survive. Love that. Love that. Gaia is telling us that we got this. We can survive, but we have to observe. We have to want to do this. I mean, we can sit down and think about it, but we still need to do this. Okay, the next one we got was Rumi, and I love Rumi. Rumi is a mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experiences with God. Rumi was a 13th century Persian mystic poet. His words, poems, and songs have been highly influential the world over, transcending national borders and ethnic division and describing the direct experience of God. Rumi is now acknowledged as the world's most popular poet. What's the magical about this great man is his ability to shed light on moments that can be deeply painful. In these moments, his words and poems can bring real solace. One of his most loved phrases is, "The wound is where the light enters." For it shows that even in our darkest, most wounded moments, God will be there to lead us back to wholeness. Yeah, I love that. That is a great, and it says also, it's time to move beyond any limitations of the earthly realm that have been placed or forced upon you. It's time to break free of the constraints of family, political, religion, and anything else that has been telling you who you are or how you need to be. Your connection to the divine must come from personal experiences. Trust that you believe and trust that you know. For this is the only way to move forward. This isn't saying you should disrespect or throw away any that may be in place around you, but see if there's a way for you to authentically express who you are without causing offense. Rumi's light is with you to help you move beyond the limitations of society or family traditions. Simply remain centered in your heart and let your personal experiences of the divine lead the way. It isn't inauthentic to speak to others in their language or through their words in order to get your point across. What's important is what you feel within and the deep knowing that no matter who you are or where you are loved by the power that created you. I love that. And Rumi looks like a beautiful man. It just he looks so relaxing, so beautiful. I can't even explain it. And I know this is a drawing, but I'm feeling that Rumi would be a beautiful man or woman. We don't know. They all wrote everything as a man because they depicted women not very good, in my opinion. Mary Magdalene, as a woman, they didn't depict very good, but she's beautiful. Sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Isn't that what we want? We want to be guided to our purpose. Mary Magdalene, or Mary of Magdala, was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the rising Christ when she went to his tomb on Easter morning. And it was through this vision that he relieved to her his sacred teaching and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teaching of Christ has reached the world. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine consort of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle for Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene, a powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voices of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. You are the answer to seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be sacred and sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see your clarity. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. Well, I knew I was going to be a vessel for the sacred. That's a beautiful reading, guys. I mean, I couldn't have wanted it better myself. But we did put ourselves out there. Some of us put ourselves in church. And some of us didn't like some of it, and some of us love some of it. It all depends. Did we want to go and be just like our church people? A lot of us did. Dress code for the church people? Pretty much there's a dress code. Yeah. Just dressing fancy duds. No blue jeans, t-shirts, and stuff like that. So you got to be a fancy dud person to come in our church. And I mean, you'll be allowed to come in, but they'll look at you funny. Don't feel bad. It's just church. You're just trying to impress all of us. And you know what? My spiritual awakening, I don't care what you're wearing, as long as you're wearing something. Come to my church. You get a spiritual awakening. Could be under a tent, could be in my backyard. Bring your lawn chair and be ready for a night of energy healing and spiritual healing and blessings, and it would be amazing. It wouldn't be anything like you've ever seen. Seriously. And now I'm not going on the road. But I think that everything that we should feel should be from our creator. And it shouldn't make a difference what we call our creator, our Father God, our Father in heaven, our Sky Father, our whatever it is. Everybody takes oh, you can't call him that. You got to call him dog, your God. It's a backwards and this and who says? I mean, you tell me who says, I'll go with it. We have to be very careful right now in this time. This time is very confusing and people are very angry. The weather is not helping people wake up to gloom doom, and Florida is supposed to be the sunshine state, and it's not until like maybe 1 or 2. We've got a beautiful breeze here right now, and it's actually a beautiful weather, but we've had chances of rain and all kinds of stuff. So, even if it's nasty, cranky outside, put a smile on your face, do what you got to do, be where you need to be and flow where you need to flow. And if life's got you down, take a break, do some meditation, clear your mind, and be all that you can be. That's all I got to say. Okay. Now, I hope everybody is getting ready for the gold plunge. We're all going to have so much. This is my little lizard. We're all going to have so much beautiful, beautiful life ahead of us and so much teaching. And the money system, how can I say that the money system, that part of it's going down? The feds are going bye-bye. I don't know how much of the money system's going, but we need to observe right now. There's a lot of things going on in the background that we're not completely aware of. Let's become aware of it because it's going to get interesting. So, I love everybody. May every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.